5 easy steps to amend your relationship. Now, building and maintaining a healthy relationship is an essential part of life. Whether it's with a romantic partner, friend, or a colleague, relationships play a significant role in our overall well-being and happiness. However, even the strongest relationship can hit rough patches from time to time. When conflicts arise or communication breaks down, it's important to take proactive steps to amend the relationship and move forward in a positive direction. And in this video, I'm going to discuss with you 5 steps to amend your relationship and strengthen the bond between partners. Now, step number 1 is called identify the issue. Now, the first step in amending a relationship is to identify the root cause of the problem. Now, take some time to reflect on what may have triggered the conflict or tension between you and your partner. Was it a misunderstanding or differences in values or beliefs or lack of communication? By pinpointing the issue, you can begin to address it directly and work towards finding a resolution. Yes, it's important to approach this step with an open mind and a willingness to listen to the other person's perspective. Now, try to see the situation from their point of view and consider how your actions may have contributed to the problem. By taking responsibility for your part in the conflict, you can demonstrate maturity and a genuine desire to amend the relationship. Now, let's look at the step number 2 to amend our relationship. Now, step number 2 is called communicate effectively. Effective communication is key to resolving conflicts and rebuilding trust in a relationship. Once you have identified the issue, it is important to communicate openly and honestly with the other person. Now, express your thoughts and feelings in a calm and respectful manner and be willing to listen to their perspective as well. Now, avoid blaming game or criticizing the other person, as this can escalate the conflict or escalate the situation and make it more difficult to find a resolution or a common ground to resolve the issue. So instead, just focus on using the I statement to express your feel and what you need from the other person. For example, instead of saying you will never listen to me, try saying I feel unheard when we have disagreement. Now, it's also important to practice active listening during this step. Give the other person your full attention, maintaining eye contact, and show empathy for their feelings by demonstrating that you are truly listening and understanding their perspective. You can create a safe space for open and honest communication. Now, step number 3 is called apologize and forgive. Now, apologizing and forgiving are essential components of amending a relationship. If you have made a mistake or hurt the other person in some way, it's important to take responsibility for your actions, offer a sincere apology, express remorse for any pain or harm you may have caused, and make a commitment to change your behavior in the future. Now, on the other hand, if you have been wronged by the other person, it's also important to practice what is called forgiveness. Holding on to resentment or grudges and anger will only prolong the issue, and it will never bring peace. If you have made a mistake or hurt the other person in some way, it's important to take responsibility for your actions and offer a sincere apology. Express remorse for any pain or harm you may have caused and make a commitment to change your behavior in the future. On the other hand, if you have been wronged by the other person, it is important to practice forgiveness. Now, holding on to resentment and anger will only prolong the conflict and prevent relationship from moving on forward. By choosing to forgive, you can release negative emotions and create space for healing and reconciliation. Now, it's important to remember that apologizing and forgiving are not signs of weakness at all, but rather It is acts of strength and maturity. By showing humility and compassion, you can demonstrate your commitment to the relationship and your willingness to work towards a resolution. Now, number 4 on the list is called set boundaries and expectations. What do I mean by set boundaries and expectations? Now, setting boundaries and expectations is an important step in amending a relationship and preventing future conflicts. Why? Because it clearly defines what is acceptable and what is not acceptable behavior in a relationship, and communicate your needs and your expectations to the other person. And this can help establish mutual respect and understanding and create a sense of safety and trust between both parties. Now, it is important to be assertive when setting boundaries and to enforce them consistently. If the other person crosses a boundary or violates your expectations, calmly but firmly communicate your concerns and reinforce the importance of respecting your boundaries. By setting clear boundaries and expectations, you can create a healthy and respectful dynamic in the relationship. Now, let me also reiterate it. It is also important to be open to feedback and willing to adjust your boundaries and expectations as needed. Now, relationships are dynamic and ever evolving, and it's important to be flexible and adaptable in order to maintain a strong and healthy bond with the other person. Now, step number 5 is called practice what we call empathy and compassion. Now, empathy and compassion are essential qualities for building and maintaining a healthy relationships. By putting yourself in the other person's shoes and showing understanding for their thoughts and feelings, you can create a sense of connection and empathy that can help mend the relationship. Now, practice active listening and validate the other person's emotions, even if you may not agree with their perspective. Now, showing empathy for their struggles and challenges and offer support and encouragement is needed. By demonstrating compassion and understanding, you can create a safe and nurturing environment for the relationship to thrive on a successful pedestal. My name once again is Odopahene, and here is Odopahene TV. And if in case today is the first time of watching my video, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications for more relationship content like this. I'll see you in my next video.